Hey there. So you finally ready to start the business, or you have already started it and you're looking at the competition and you want to compete, but it is overwhelming because these competition or these businesses have already been in existence. The answer to you standing out is to niche down. All right. So hang on, stay tuned, and let's see how we can niche down and beat the competition. Okay. But if you have not subscribed, do all to subscribe, like, and share your comments. All right. So, yeah, starting a business can be overwhelming. And I found myself in that phase because you don't know where to begin or where to be the competition. But, and we spoke about researching the market and understanding the market, and you can find that in some of the, you can click on that to check it out. But yeah, how do we stand out? How do we beat a competition? And I'm telling you that the answer to that is to niche down. Okay. Why am I saying you need to niche down? The problem is starting a business, we have limited resources. And limited resources in terms of time if you're working full time and doing this on the side. In terms of money, because we do not have the capacity or the capital to build the business to scale as we want to, or the vision we have. In terms of personnel, you might not have enough people to help you build a business. So you want to niche down, maintain a focus. And when you do this, how it's going to help you is that it's going to help you stand out amongst the crowd, stand out in the market, because you are focusing on one thing at a time. All right. Niche down, what we are talking about here is just simply focus on one thing at a time, one feature at a time, one service at a time. We'll get to understand how we identify that particular service or that particular feature to focus on. But you want to do this because it will help you stand out. It will help you build trust, because when somebody wants that particular service or they want to use that particular feature, they know that the specialist in that feature is yourself. All right. And the last thing is it helps you save resources as well. Because as I said, you do not have the funding, you do not have the time, and you do not have the needed personnel to help you scale at the rate you want to. So you want to take it one step at a time. All right. How do we niche down? What you do is that in the market research we spoke about, we said find the gap within the industry. No matter what you do, the big players always, there is a gap in there. If for example, if you're talking about let's take the accounting firms, the big four, for example, these firms mostly operate with big companies, right? Hardly will you find them doing services for the small and medium enterprises, even the micro enterprises. So instead of you playing in the space where you also want to work for the big companies right from the beginning, you are now niching down to the fact that, okay, this is the gap. They are not paying much attention to the micro enterprises. And the micro enterprises might not even have the needed funding or the needed capital to employ the services of these big four. So what do I do if I'm setting up my firm in accounting, for example? Then I am going to focus on the micro enterprises. I'm going to focus on the small and medium businesses, where I can help them with their accounting needs and their financing needs and even their bookkeeping records. You start from there. So you are building a niche and you have found the gap in the market, and you are doing it one step at a time. So if you have observed, even in the small and medium, even in that market, there are a lot of people working with that market as well. But you realize that maybe everybody is concentrating on doing their end of year reports, but there is a problem with their bookkeeping and nobody is keeping to it. Therefore, when these firms come at the end of the year to help them with their records, they take a lot of time because their bookkeeping is not the best. So instead of you also focusing on the end of year, you are now niching down and saying that the gap exists in their bookkeeping. So let me build a service around their bookkeeping, or let me build a product around their bookkeeping, and look at how they can day on, day in, day out, keep these records so that end of year reporting will not be as difficult and time consuming as it is currently. All right. So you have seen that gap in that market. You have identified the gap where you can shine, right? And then you are going to build your service around that gap. You're going to build your product around that gap. And if you do it right, then you can capture them. You can capture the market correctly. You can capture the micro industries and the micro enterprises and small and medium businesses from this angle. And when you have gained the trust by niching down using that service, then the next step is to what? Add on another feature. So here you have, because they believe that you have built you have helped them with their bookkeeping. The next thing you were doing is that, okay, I can also do the end of year report for you, and I've already been working with you, so I have in-depth knowledge of your business, so we will not take as much time as the other businesses are taking, and therefore that trust has already been built, and they believe in your services because they have used it and can testify to it. So now they will buy on to the next feature that you drop, or the next product that you drop, because they know that you have been there with them even in the lowest moments. All right. So you want to find that gap. When you find that gap, build a service in that gap. When you build a service in that gap, grow with them. And whilst you are growing with them and you have become a master in that niche, then you can add on another service. So you do it one at a time until you have built that visionary business or that elaborate business that you want to build. Okay. So the idea here is to tell you that when you have conducted the research, find the gap and niche down and build your service or product in that gap and grow it one point at a time. And believe me, you will become big if you follow these steps. All right. So yeah, if you need an idea or you need a market opportunity, just drop it in the comment section and we can work together on that as well. All right. Catch you on the other side. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share your comments. And tell them we are coming. See you.